We'll start sitting and just enjoying the sunshine. Palms facing up if you can. And let your fingers open, relax. They'll curl in a little bit as fingers do. Start to pay just a little bit more attention to your breath, trying to make it a little bit deeper. And trying to make your exhales a little bit slower. And as you inhale, open your fingers wide, spread the fingers back. And as you exhale, curl the fingers in, make little fists. Inhale, spread the fingers open. And exhale, gentle fists. One more time, opening up all the fingers, lifting the nose a little bit. And exhale, curl the fingers, tuck your chin into your chest. Come back up to neutral. Get your spine nice and tall. And we'll inhale, both arms up overhead. And exhale, left hand to right knee as you twist over to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale back through center, reach your arms up, spine gets tall. Exhale, right hand to left knee, twist over to the left. Just a gentle twist, make sure you're still keeping your spine long as you twist. Inhale through center, both arms up. And right hand down as you exhale, stretch over to the right side. Inhale up through center. And exhale over to the left. Inhale through center. And exhale, arms to a T, palms facing up. Just a little bit of rotation. We're going to do that curl with the shoulders. So as we inhale, we'll curl in. Nope, that was exhale, curl in. Sorry. Inhale, open. So we open the chest, palms face up, nose tilts up a little. And exhale, we curl in, palms facing down, rounding a little bit in the upper back. There we go. Inhale, open. Lift the chest a little. And exhale, curl. This is all in the upper back. We're leaving the lower back and hips pretty still here. Inhale again, open up. And exhale, curl in, keep the arms up. Inhale, back to center, reach the arms all the way up, palms together. And exhale, hands to heart. And we'll come to all fours. And we'll warm up the hips again like we did in the first class, just little circles with the knee. They don't have to be big. Just make sure they are in control. And the other way. And then switch legs. Same thing, medium slow circles, as big or small as you like. And switch directions if you haven't already. And back to center. Inhale, get the right leg out straight behind you, reach through the right heel, and then reach with the left hand in front. Just hold still, lift up the inside of the right hamstrings, inner thigh. And release. Other side, inhale to lift the left leg up behind you, stretch through your left heel, and then reach through the right arm straight in front of you. Keep your hips level. Keep pressing in with the fingertips of your hand that is down. And release. And we'll stretch again, right side. Reaching through the right heel, left hand forward. Big inhale as you reach through your opposing appendages, and exhale, a little crunch in towards the center, bringing left elbow towards right knee. You can round a little in the upper back here. Inhale to reach. Exhale to crunch. Inhale to stretch. And exhale to crunch it in. One more inhale to reach. Stretch as far as you can. And release. Give a little wiggle. Maybe look behind you. Look at your hips on either side. And we'll take the left leg. So inhale to stretch the left leg out behind you and reach your right hand forward. Hold steady for a moment. Make sure you are in correct position. And on your next inhale, stretch between your left heel and right hand. Exhale to crunch in towards the center, rounding a little bit in the back. Inhale to stretch. Exhale to crunch. Inhale to stretch. Exhale, crunching it in, try and round in the upper back instead of the lower. One more stretch, reach as much as you can. And release. And we'll walk the hands forward, tuck the toes underneath, lift the hips back to downward facing dog. And just take a moment, get familiar with your dog for today. Bending one knee in towards the center at a time to stretch the calves, or you can stretch them both at the same time, totally up to you. And then we'll start to hurdle. So coming forward, letting your spine ripple as you inhale to plank. Pause for a moment here, and then exhale, lift the hips, stretching back into downward facing dog again. Try and make your breath last the entire movement. Try and make your breath as slow as you can. If you have to take 2 breaths, that's okay. Just try and keep the movement a little bit slower to start. And one more time. And settle back into your downward facing dog. Take one big breath cycle here. And then slowly walk up towards the front of the mat, coming up on the tippy toes, bringing shoulders over wrists and then feet underneath hips. And when we get here, inhale to come all the way up, reach hands overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Swing the arms up, inhale, reach. Exhale, bend the knees down to the mat. Inhale to plank. And exhale to lower. All the way down. Inhale, little baby cobra lift, maybe just the nose comes up. Keep your shoulders back. Exhale, release. Inhale up to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. And exhale, bring it all the way forward to low lunge. And we'll put the knee down. We'll come into some ham rock. So hands can be down or hands can be up. Totally up to you. Exhale back to your hamstring stretch. Inhale forward, hip flexor stretch. So if you want to use your hands for balance, absolutely can. Making sure hips are square with each other. And coming forward to our low lunge for one moment. And then hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, little baby cobra lift. Really press your pubic bone into the ground to give you that lift. Exhale, release. Inhale to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left foot up. And exhale, bring it all the way forward to low lunge. And same thing on this side. Hands or no hands, totally up to you. Remembering to take your whole breath to move through the movement. And trying to make your breath as long as you can. Yeah, if you do need to use hands, remember to use them very lightly. So you're still keeping most of your weight in your legs, still using your front leg especially to drive that movement back and forth. Hands are just for balance. And then coming forward to our low lunge for a moment. And releasing hands toward the mat. Inhale to plank. And lift the hips as we exhale, downward facing dog. One breath cycle here. And then coming up onto the toes and walking up towards the front of the mat. Still pressing fingertips into the mat until your feet take all of your weight. And inhale all the way up. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. This time we'll bend the knees for a little swing. Swing the arms up. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend the knees again as we come down to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, tiniest baby cobra. Really reach your head long. Exhale, release. Inhale, up to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right foot up. And exhale as you bring it all the way out towards your right elbow. Hold it there, hover. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, bring right knee through to left elbow, hover. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that knee all the way through to the chest, hover, hold it here. And one more time, inhale to down, three-legged dog. It's still a down dog. And then step it all the way up to lizard on the outside of your right hand. So dynamic lizard. Yeah, right. If you need to cheat to get the leg up, that's okay. Oh yeah, as long as it gets where it's going. Dynamic lizard again, so still moving back and forth or lifting the back leg, the knee up and down. Rolling onto the outer edge of right foot, whichever movements feel best to you. And then coming back to center, planting the palms. Coming back through our three-legged dog. Inhale, lift that foot up, stretch through your right heel. And exhale, setting it down. Inhale, hurtle forward to plank. And exhale, roll onto your right side. Side plank, hold for 3 seconds. Or 4, doesn't matter. And back to regular plank, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left foot up. Exhale, bring left knee out towards left elbow. Hover here for a moment. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee towards right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee straight through towards the chest. Keep it as high away from the ground as you can. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, lizard on the left side, getting the left foot just outside of that left hand. And whichever movements you did on the first side, do them here as well. And bringing hands back towards the center of the mat. Back through our three-legged dog. Inhale, stretch that left heel. And exhale, set it down. Inhale, come forward to plank. And exhale, side plank on the left. Hold for 3 seconds, or perhaps 4. And back to center. Lift the hips back to downward facing dog. 1 breath cycle here. And walk your feet up towards the front of the mat. Underneath you. Inhale all the way up, stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. Bend your knees, swing your arms up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, little baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale up to plank. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right foot up. Exhale, bring it all the way over around to right elbow. Inhale to plank, or three-legged dog, sorry, thank you. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, step it all the way through. Come up as you inhale to high lunge. And exhale, open up into warrior 2. Yep, fair enough. We'll hold it for a moment. Feel your hips. If they're feeling a little bit tight, you can step in just a little bit. And then we'll pivot back to high lunge. Stretch the arms. And then release. back down to the mat. Inhale to plank, and straight away to downward facing dog. Lift your hips as you exhale. Inhale, lift the left foot up. Exhale, bring it over to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, bring it all the way through. Inhale, come up to high lunge. And exhale, open up warrior two on this side. Find your nice, comfortable warrior two. Good. And we'll pivot on that back foot. Inhale to come back to high lunge. And exhale, release hands to the mat. Inhale to plank and straight back. Exhale to downward facing dog. One breath cycle here. And then we'll walk up to the front of the mat again. Nice and slow, take your time. And inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Bend the knees to swing the arms again. Inhale, up, reach. And exhale, bend the knees, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, the tiniest baby cobra with your head reaching as far forward as you can. Exhale, release. Inhale, back to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right foot up. And exhale, bring it through towards center. Hover as long as you can, holding your leg as high as you can. As soon as you feel your height starting to dip, put your foot down. Keep the integrity of your plank as long as you can. A little bit around in the upper back. And step it forward. Inhale, up to high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach your right hand forward, up and back. Peaceful warrior, hold here for a moment. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale here. Inhale, back through high lunge, reach the hands up. And exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. And on your exhale, roll onto the right side plank for 3 to 5 seconds. And come through center. Lift the hips, settle back into downward facing dog. One breath cycle here. And we'll inhale to lift the left foot up. Same thing on this side. Exhale, bring it through towards your chest. Hover with it as long as you can. Really press away from the mat. Use all of your fingertips to lift yourself away. And if you're not already tired, step it up. Inhale, up to high lunge. Exhale, open, warrior two. Reach your left hand forward, up and back as you inhale. And enjoy your peaceful moment in peaceful warrior. On your next inhale, come back to warrior two. And exhale, hold. Come up onto the toes as we rotate, come back. Inhale to your high lunge. And exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. And on your exhale, roll over to the left side, side plank for 3 to 5 seconds. If you need to put your front foot, your top foot in front for a little tripod, absolutely do so. There will be more side planks. And we'll come back to center. We'll lift the hips back to downward facing dog. One breath cycle here. And then we'll walk up towards the front of the mat. Still really pressing your fingertips in until your feet get under you and take over. Inhale, rise all the way up, stretch through the arms. And exhale, hands to heart. Water break. All right. Back to the top of the mat. And we'll put our feet together. Right? Inhale to your chair. Whatever your preferred chair for today is, try and keep your arms relatively in line with the ears. And then sink just a little bit deeper. Stay here or rise up on your toes, a little extra quad challenge. And balancing for sure. And then let the heels come back down. Inhale, make sure you're reaching through the arms. Exhale, lift your right foot and step it back to high lunge. Inhale, step forward to chair. Shift your weight. Exhale, step your left foot back to high lunge. Inhale, forward to chair. Exhale, step the right foot back, high lunge. Inhale to chair. Woo. Don't fall. Exhale, left foot back, high lunge. Inhale, chair. Exhale, right foot back. Inhale, chair. Exhale, left foot back. Inhale to chair. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. And then straighten your knees as you inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Bend your knees to swing your arms. Inhale, reach. And exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to regular plank. And exhale all the way down. Inhale, little baby cobra lift. Exhale, release. Inhale to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. When you get here, take one breath cycle. And then we'll inhale to lift the right foot up. And exhale, bring it all the way forward. Step it right up. Inhale to high lunge. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale through high lunge again. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge. And on your exhale, step forward to chair. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Bend your knees to swing your hands. Inhale, reach. And exhale, bend your knees to bring your hands down to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, one little baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. One breath cycle here. Inhale, lift the left foot up. And exhale, step it all the way forward. Inhale, up to high lunge. Whoop. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge. Oh my. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge. And on your exhale, step forward to chair. If you like, stay here or rise up onto the toes. And then settle back down onto the toes. Inhale to straighten all the way up, reach with the arms. Exhale, hands to heart. Bend the knees, swing the arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend the knees down towards the mat. Inhale to plank. This time, exhale, lower only halfway down. Chaturanga push-up. Inhale, back to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, lift the right foot up. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, rise up to high lunge. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale to reach the right hand forward, up and back. And exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach forward. And exhale, triangle. However far down you feel like going with your triangle. Totally up to you. Just make sure your right hand is very light. On your next inhale, bend that right knee, come back up to warrior two. And exhale, spin it all the way down, back down to plank. Inhale to regular plank. And roll onto your right side as you exhale, one side plank here. And back to center. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, lift the left foot up. And exhale, step it all the way forward. Inhale, up to high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach your left hand forward, up and back. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg, reach forward. And come into your triangle posture. We'll hold here for a few breaths. Shift your weight a little bit back.
20 feet or so.
Oh no, I didn't bring my chalk today.
Cold and sweaty.
Inhale back up to warrior two. And exhale down to the mat to plank. Well, inhale to plank, technically. Exhale, roll onto your left side, one side plank for a breath. And back to center. Woo. One chaturanga push-up. You can put your knees down if you want to. Coming halfway down, making sure your elbows are coming very, very close to your rib cage. And back up to plank. And through to downward facing dog. Take one breath cycle here. And then spike your left heel down towards the mat. Inhale, lift the right foot up. Exhale, bring it all the way forward. Inhale through high lunge. Exhale to warrior two. Straighten your front knee. Inhale as you reach forward. Exhale to triangle. Bend the front knee as you inhale back to warrior two. Then straighten the front knee again. Exhale back to reverse triangle, lifting the right hand up. On your next inhale, come back into warrior two, bending that front knee. Reach forward with the right hand and then bring elbow down towards your knee. Exhale to extended side angle. Reach over your head with your left hand. You can look forward or up. Up to you, whatever feels better for your neck. Really ground down for the base of that big toe on the right foot as you inhale to come back to warrior two. And as you exhale, step forward to chair. Stay in your chair or rise up onto your toes for a moment. And let the heels come back down to the ground. And whichever version you're in, inhale, stretch all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Bend your knees, swing your hands. Inhale to reach. And exhale, bend the knees, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, one chaturanga push-up. Keep your elbows towards the back of the mat. Back up to plank. And lift your hips, settle back to downward facing dog. One breath cycle here. And then we'll spike that right heel down towards the mat. Inhale, lift your left foot up. Exhale, step it all the way through. Inhale, rise up to high lunge. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale to reach forward and back. And on your next inhale, back to warrior two. Straighten the front knee. There we go. Reach forward to triangle. That's where we were headed. Sorry, I got confused. From here, on your next inhale, bend your front knee, come into warrior two. And then straighten the front knee, lift your left hand, coming to reverse triangle.
What's the big difference between this and a peaceful warrior?
The knee.
Oh.
Essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Inhale to your warrior two. And we exhale all the way forward to chair. Stay in your regular chair if you like, or if you want to take the lift, rise up onto the balls of the feet. And then let your heels come back down to the mat. Inhale, reach all the way up as you straighten your knees, stand tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Bend your knees, swing your arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Right away, downward facing dog. Exhale as you lift your hips. Inhale, lift the right foot up. Exhale, step it all the way forward. Inhale to high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. A little bit. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, coming into your extended side angle. This time, if you can, see if you can reach that hand towards the mat. We're not going to come back up from here, so this is okay. If you can reach. If you're not quite there, you can step your back foot in a little bit more, make it a little bit easier. Maybe. And then see if you can walk that right hand towards the top right corner of your mat, roughly 12 inches ahead of your foot, but on the pinky toe side. And see if you can get very light on that back foot. Maybe you lift it. You don't have to come all the way up. But just see if that half moon is available for you today. Yeah. So this is, you can grab a block for this part. Yeah, it's hard. If you can't straighten that front leg, it's going to be a lot, yeah. Which isn't necessarily bad. I mean, it's strength training that you could use. Not bad.
Am I supposed to keep trying? I'm not sure if you're like going to continue on to something or yeah.
I just wanted to see you try for a moment. We're gonna come back to it.
Back to it, but we don't want to interrupt the flow either. Yeah. Okay, well, here we go.
The flow of life will never be interrupted, man. Yes. And then we'll come to plank. Well, we'll come to forearm plank. Still on the right side, roll onto that right side. And hold your forearm plank. Your left hand can be on your hip or straight up in the air. Totally up to you. And then reach your left hand up and dive it underneath your right armpit. So you're gonna come into a little bit of a twist. And then open up, reach your left hand up towards the sky again. And come back into center for a regular forearm plank. And hold here. And then we'll drop the knees to bring the hands towards the mat, coming up to a regular plank. And from there, downward facing dog. Drop your right heel towards the mat. Inhale, lift the left foot up. And exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, up to high lunge. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reach forward with the left hand. And exhale, come into your extended side angle on this side. So hand, forearm, or elbow, roughly an inch or two on top of knee if you need to. And then start to bring that hand down towards the mat, your left hand. And same thing on this side, you can grab a block if you want it. Get that left hand about a foot in front of your foot and off towards the left corner. And see if your half moon on this side is available. Ooh. And that's enough for now. We'll come back to plank, but forearm plank for the left side. So roll onto your left. Right hand can be up or on the hip for the time being. And then stretch the right hand up towards the sky and then dive it underneath your left armpit. Come into that little rotation. Woo. Reach your right hand up again. And come into regular forearm plank. Knees can be down if you need them to be. And then if the knees weren't down, set them down so you can get your hands underneath where your elbows were. Coming into regular plank for a moment. And lift the hips, settle back. Downward facing dog. One breath cycle here. And then walk your feet up towards the front of the mat. Hands being replaced by feet. Bring your feet close together because we will inhale up to chair and make it a very deep chair. See if you can get your thighs actually parallel to the ground if it's okay for your knees. And then actually bring your hips down towards the ground and roll onto your back. Woo. Woo. So we'll stretch out left foot, lift the right foot up. If you want to lift your left leg as well, or lift up your torso, totally up to you, however many levels you want today. And reach behind your right thigh. Give yourself a little bit of pressure as though you want to bring your leg down to the ground. Just give that hamstring something to work against. And then release the left leg, bring your right leg towards you, stretch the right hamstring. From here, you can get your right hand towards the inside of your right big toe. You'll probably need to bend your knee for this. And we're just going to open up that hip as wide as you can out to the side. This is what it's nice sometimes to have a strap for or a belt. Try and keep your left hip grounded. And you can make it a little dynamic if you want to. Move up and down, in and out of the stretch. And then release the right foot down. And we'll switch. Bringing left foot up. A little bit of ab activation here if you want to lift the right leg or your torso just a little bit. And then we'll get hands behind your left thigh, get a little bit of activation in the left hamstring. And then release the right leg, release the tension, stretch your left hamstring by bringing your thigh towards you. Also something that's nice to have a strap for. And then using your left hand, grab the inside of your left big toe or foot. And same thing, opening the hip here, coming right out to the side, half happy baby. However straight or bent you want your knee to be is totally up to you. And then we'll release left leg. And bring both legs straight up. Knees as straight as you can get them. Feet can be pointed or flexed, up to you, whatever you like. Tuck your hands underneath your hips, underneath your butt a little bit to give yourself a little bit of support. And start to straighten your hips out so you're letting your legs come down as far as you feel comfortable before you start to feel any tension in your back. Then bring them up slightly and we'll just hold here. So if you can get your legs all the way down to the ground and hold, fantastic, but you don't have to. You can be halfway down or a third or a fifth. And then lower your legs as far down as you can towards the ground. Then bend your knees, bring the knees in towards your chest. Push your feet up towards the sky, straighten your legs. We'll do it again. Slowly lower them all the way down towards the ground. And when you get close to the ground, bend your knees, scoop your feet in, bring the knees towards the chest. Press the sky away from you with your feet one more time, and slowly lower. All the way down to the ground if you can. And then bring your knees into your chest, hug your knees. And you can rock a little bit back and forth or draw your knees around in circles, a little bit of a sacral massage. Just release any lower back tension. And then we'll start to rock up and down. Or back and forth, I guess, lengthways on your mat. We're going to come up into our Malasana squat. And hold for a moment. See where your hips are at. And then maybe make it a little bit dynamic. So you can move a little twisting back and forth, or just a little forward and back, or straight up and down, just settling in and out of squat. Maybe you come up onto the toes and down. And then both hands to the mat, step back to plank. And lift the hips to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right foot up. Exhale, bring it all the way forward. Inhale to rise up to high lunge. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Inhale, we'll come forward to chair. And then right away, exhale, step back into high lunge. Inhale, reach with the arms. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reach forward with your right hand. And then exhale, come into your extended side angle on the right side. Get your blocks handy. We're gonna do half moon again, this time for real, if it wasn't already. So bring your right hand down towards the right corner of your mat. Step your back foot in and see how your half moon has developed. Whoop. Now find whatever spot you're comfortable in and hold that one for a moment. Remember to really reach back through your heel, your left heel. Try and keep that top leg relatively straight. And then release. Come down, keep your right foot in front. Bring your left foot down. We're gonna curl all the way back towards the back of your mat. Oh, look where we are. It kind of worked. So from here, again, you can tuck your hands underneath your hips to give you a little bit of that lift. If you want to just practice lifting hips, you can stay here. If you're ready to start lifting a leg or two, maybe one leg at a time. Lifting your right leg and then hips is going to get a little bit harder. And then if you're ready to try and tuck underneath, if you can, you can also just hold your leg, do a little bit more cradling hip mobility. You don't have to do the elephant trunk if you don't want to. So you have to tuck your arm underneath. So yeah. And then I would scoot my left butt up so I can get my hand down properly because I'm a cheater. And it just makes it a little bit easier to get my hands in the position they should be in. And then from here, I'm not going to be able to get my leg up, personally. It's easier to lift leg and then hips. And then right. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. I'm not having it today, personally. That is a different pose. You can absolutely work on that if you want to. Yeah, because if you kind of lock your ankles and lock your feet together, then it makes it a little bit easier. But you still have to find a way to come forward. I think there's another version where you have both of your hands through. It's kind of like another precursor to Firefly, which is going to be a little bit harder for me. I don't think I'm gonna get that one. Not for me. No. Like there's another one you can do with Lotus where you're actually here and then. But you have to be able to get your legs into this position. Once they're here, it's really stable. Yeah. So you don't really have to worry about your legs in that one.
Maybe if I had a bungee cord, I could tie my legs into my body and then do it. Yeah, I just need something bungee cord around here and like my neck so that when I put my hand down,
that's where some of that adductor strength comes in, so the side lunges.
Maybe I could tie these around my neck and then do it.
I can't advise that, but I do know first aid. I'd rather not use it.
Common sense.
Yeah, so you can, it's that kind of squeeze in that we were doing with Firefly, where if you have enough force coming in from your leg and out from your arm, then they'll kind of hold each other up.
Which, when I focus on that,
It,
it stays a little better.
yeah.
Wait. Yeah. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yeah. That I could feel it coming though. I could understand how it could possibly
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, it's available. But we have another side to do.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you're ready, we'll come back. Oh, that was awkward. Okay, come back more gracefully than me towards your squat. You don't have to copy me exactly.
If I could, I would. Trust me.
Just coming into a little bit of movement again. Making sure the hips are nice and warm. And then bringing hands to the mat, we'll step back to plank. And lift the hips back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left foot up. Exhale, bring it all the way through. Inhale, up to high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Quick inhale to chair. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, lean forward with the left hand. And exhale into your extended side angle just for a moment. And when you are ready, grab your block or your mat. And coming into half moon on this side. And holding it for as long as you can. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said it.
There's only one thing in front of me and it's moving. I'm like, I can't even.
You can turn around the other way.
Yeah, I'll try this.
Yeah, focus on something not moving, much easier. Reach through your right heel. Yeah. You guys are doing awesome.
This one feels pretty good. Feels a lot better today.
There's no wind. And when you're ready, set your back leg down. Keep your left foot in front of you as we scoot back. Magically, elephant trunk on the other side. Whoa, somebody thought about this.
Wow. This lady has it all planned out, eh? No kidding.
Pro tip, I did no prep for today.
Good. Just let it flow.
I keep losing my papers anyway, so. So you can hold your hip, rock a little bit. Always feels nice first thing in the morning or last thing at night.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Especially if you're a side sleeper. Yeah. And then when you're ready, hands under hips, starting to lift hips. You can absolutely use both feet, but predominantly the foot that's actually flat to also help you lift up. And then lift whatever combination you like. Remember to try and round a little bit forward in the upper back, just like we did with crow, with Bakasana. If you feel ready to tuck your right arm underneath right leg. There we go. Whatever you need to do with that leg for the time being.
This leg is not ever going to do that. Well,
My Eka Hasta Bhujasana is not perfect, so I don't expect a perfect one from anyone else.
somehow digging into my funny bone, so it like hurts, like right into right there. Like
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but anyways, I got all sorts of excuses I could think of.
You can also use a block underneath that lifted hip for a moment, just to kind of settle it in, just to get your hands underneath you.
Yeah, so as I'm trying to get this around.
Yeah. And then you don't have as high to lift everything. It's another little cheat, so that you really only have to lift that leg.
I'm flying!
Yes!
Yay! But I can't even.
That's okay. Because it's still helping you practice get one side up, and you're still working on the obliques on the one side.
Yeah.
This is why these are just fun poses to work towards. The pose isn't... Yay! Yeah, the drills are the more important thing. And they're going to get more fun. Yeah, there you go. How are we feeling with quads? Glutes?
Yeah, hips are good too today.
Yeah, nice. Maybe a little stretch, a little pigeon. If you have the flexibility, you can do the combo pigeon stretch. I think it's like leaning towards kingfish or something. I'm so terrible with these names. You come into a pigeon on one side, and you can lean down, give a little stretch if you want to, and then you get your back leg into it by bending that knee. So you have a glute and a quad stretch happening at the same time. This is advanced. Yeah. And again, you can use a block up on that's your right side, your bent knee side, just to kind of give a little bit of support to keep your hips even if you need to. Yeah. This is another goal pose where you're...
Yeah.
that's as good as I got. I'm cheating a lot.
Yeah, so I always thought you were supposed to have your shin parallel, but if that's the case, then this is like pigeon.
Technically you should, but that's not a natural position for most human bodies, and it can be really hard on your hip to keep it.
Yeah.
Because that's like, but like more. Yeah, and it's really hard on the knees too, that one.
Right.
Because most people won't be able to get it into proper position without twisting their knee quite a bit as well. If you're ever in doubt, you can lie down and do the stretch this way.
Like that one.
Yeah. This one's so much safer. Yeah.
Do this side for my other side to see which side feels better. Oh, they both feel so good. It's like the best stretch.
Yeah, pigeon it's a fun pose, and it's a nice pose, and you can absolutely do the combo move if you're short on time, but this one is way safer for most people. Yeah. And whenever you're good on that stretch, it's actually warm enough to take a little Shavasana today.
Oh, it is too. Yeah.
So find your favorite Shavasana posture. You can have your knees bent if you want to, or stretch out fully on your mat. Take a few deep breaths when you get here. And then slowly let your breathing come to natural. And then very slowly roll over onto one side. Come up to sitting. One big inhale with the arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Thank you for practicing with me today.